Welcome to Day Trading for Success, where the professor, a former math teacher turned full-time trader and coder, guides beginners on how to trade for a living using proven strategies, breakthrough indicators, and lessons from essential trading books. The professor isn't a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a pro before diving into any strategies or demos you see here. Start smart, practice in a simulator, stick to a solid day trading plan, and don't forget to log every trade. Your profits will start with preparation. Thank you for allowing us to share in your journey. Please remember to subscribe, comment, give a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you can be the first to receive more of our great content.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor of Day Trading for Success. We're here with a pretty big group today. Charlie's handling the chat. She'll keep everybody in line and make sure they know what my position is. Everybody's going to be trading market that are trading on Zoom today, which is 26 people. And we'll all be doing 500 shares. Some of us will be using reverse, most not. Not everybody is on Thinkorswim here. It's about half and half, actually, but really one of the main purposes that I show on Thinkorswim is to show you how easy it is to make a living on Thinkorswim with these demonstration videos that I do. What is the possibility if you get things right? What is the possibility if you have the right historical data and you have the right indicators and you learn to read the future? These are the possibilities. If you want to see me trade on YouTube Live and not Zoom Live, the next time I'll be doing that is next year. So it's about a month from now, where I'm opening it up to everybody. And I'll be doing the strike and recoil strategy. Today, we're doing more of the RV strategy. Now, the strike and recoil strategy, not to get you all confused with all these strategies, it's really nothing other. I named it because you go in at a certain movement, and then you wait for the recoil, to get out. So that's what you're doing. You're almost going the opposite way, like a snake striking recoil. I named it. I do not believe it will become famous. The RV strategy that we're basically trading today is famous from Day Trading Volume 1, and I highly recommend you get that book if you don't have it. I do have a link to it, but that aside, it's basically a large cap range bound strategy and mega cap. Basically, you're finding a range that a stock's going to move like a big lumbering snake in between the high and the low range, and you can count on a consolidating movement. You're not looking for a breakout like most of the videos that you might see on YouTube. Keep in mind, the best trader is not on YouTube, and the best trader probably isn't even found yet. I'm sure there are a number of traders that are good that show you stuff on YouTube, but 99.9%, they don't record their trades. They just make money and call it a day. So what I'm going to try to do is to kind of show you what some of them do today. So and then I have over 400 videos in the archives about how to and then that's not even counting the live videos that I have. So there's a whole bunch if you click under live. So there's just tons of videos that show you different ways to trade. Now I'll be doing what you call quarterbacking today, and I'll be calling the trades for everybody. And then I'm going to be trying to predict the future and call out why I take these trades. Everybody's responsible for their own trades. I am not a licensed financial advisor, so you should seek the advice of one before you try to emulate any of the demonstrations that you see here today. But I'll be doing that quarterback. I'll be trying to point out exactly what I see. So let's go over this layout real quick so you're not too confused. It looks really jumbled up if you're new particularly, but when you get into it, within a matter of a few days or a week, you're going to understand exactly what each of these are. Watch some of the older videos where I show how to build these layouts. This is a 1-minute chart. Down here is a reduced day chart. I have it minimized. All these lines make it look like a big mess. This is the active trader where you'll see my position, and that's how many shares I'll be trading. This is the level 2 showing you all the trades waiting coming up the pike. And then this is a 5-minute chart on a 10-day. Now, this is about the minimum that I can use to do this, to trade the way I want to trade here. A lot of times you'll see me with a lot more charts and things. And if you want to catch out a video at the end of this, there'll be a link to watch that video that has all these custom indicators that the prop firms use. And as you get better in trading, you pick the indicators that you want that really help you succeed, because and you hear people say indicators mean nothing. Those are just people that don't have them or don't know how to use them. Indicators mean everything because they're telling you what's about to happen. They're giving you examples of what's already happened. What they do is they take data that's just happened and put it in a way where you can understand it with arrows and say, it's going to go this way, based on this data. So you don't have to figure it out. What's wrong with that? Why wouldn't you want something like that? That's just no nonsense. But everybody's selling stuff. Everybody's got a shtick. So, do your own due diligence before you spend money on anything. I do not sell courses here. So I'll be going live in about 8 minutes and you'll see what's happening here. But let me go over some of the indicators and what we have here. So basically this indicator is called, this is a new one. I'm not actually sure what it's called. Candle range tracker. So this has recently been coded differently. But this is showing you the range of all the last candles and were they red or green, going down or up on average. What's the average? And then what your target is when you go in. If you're picking the right direction, which you look for other indicators to do, or your intuition or your historical data, it's going to give you a target. So that really makes it easy for people to know when to get out of a trade when you're scalping. This is saying 76 and 62 cents on AMD today, which we're trading. And then down here is a Scalp Meter Pro. This is literally you telling you what's going on inside every 1 minute candle here. As you see right here, I'm going to interrupt myself. This is the market magnet, which is another amazing indicator. Most of the price action is going to gravitate right here. This is what's already happened. And then you see how it just pulled up. You saw these blue lines come across above it, telling you, pulling it upwards, making the average pull upward. Everybody sees this information in a different way. This is a really easy way to see what way, for the most part, price action is going to go. You don't know for sure. Nothing's for sure ever in here. Anybody tells you absolutely buy this, that they're, run from that person. Nobody really knows for sure, right? But we're trying to trade with the crowd. We're trying to figure averages. And so the more data that we can get to help us make quick decisions, the better. So this is one that I really like. This one helps me do my range. So it's really kind of protects me. So I want to make sure more people see this. There's a couple different versions of this. Now I have links to these indicators if you want to get them. And I found the cheapest one that I found that sells them is $1 Million Margin Club. Obviously, it does help me. If you buy them, it helps the channel. I'm not selling courses, so anything you can do to help me would be great. YouTube is not my my make a living place, though. And then this Scalp Pro meter, it shows you what's going inside in the 1 minute candle, the buy and the sell, red and green here, and then the volume here. Then it actually shows you with a meter what the strength is, and it shows you whether you're above or below the VWAP, so you look for that as it's moving. And then if the volume breaks the last volume, this will turn blue, and you'll hear a bell like that direction's really strong. Jump on that direction. I equate it to like a surfboard you're sitting on, and you're waiting for the swell to come, and you're waiting for the wave to push you and break, and you jump on that. Short term, don't hit the rock. Use this tracker up here, or something like that. Figure it out on pad and paper if you don't want to spend $24 on an indicator. Figure it out on pad and paper. Another thing that I have here that's really handy, you see the lines going up here, the vertical lines here, and then this is actually split in half. And you get all of these different ways to do this if you ever buy this indicator. This is showing you where the other people trade. A lot of people don't trade on 1 minute candles. They trade on 2 minute or 5 minute or 15 minute or 30 minute or 1 hour, 4 hour. And this shows you from the 5 minute through, what are they looking at? Everybody's looking at it going down on these larger ones. You're inside that looking at short-term action, right? And then these lines are telling you when it's about to pass over. So as it passed over here, you already saw it going red. So this said, hey, all the 5 minute people are going to see this going down. And they're about to jump on it going down. That's all they don't see these, right? They see this, and then they see red, and they're like, oh, geez, let's go short. So now that's the MACD. That's another indicator, and it's going to tell you which way it's about to go with an arrow. That's based on an EMA crossover. I don't want to over confuse you. The best thing to do is, if you're interested, just get the indicators. Then you don't have to think about how they work. They just tell you which way it's going to go. See how accurate those are? Boom, up, said down, down, said up, up, said down, down. So it's just like amazing. But anyway, so that's all those things. Now, the other thing you see on here is the ATR. You can get an indicator to do this. How I figure this out is you look at the price action of the day before. Where did it close? You look at the ATR down here for that. Wow, this is a high ATR. The ATR, which is an average true range over 14 days, smoothed out, says $15.25 when I go over the candle. Divide that by 2, subtract half to get a low, add half to get a high from the close. You've created your range. It sounds so much more complicated by me explaining it than it is. It's just you're creating a range that you think this is going to move. And when you get near the high or the low of that range, look out. It's probably going to turn around. You know, maybe. I mean, there's really no probably, but you're just looking for the law of averages, the more things you can get. The other thing, real quick, is I'm about to trade at 10 o'clock. East Coast New York Stock Exchange time. You set a Fibonacci on a 5-day, 10-minute chart. So you're snapping it either low to high or high to low, wherever the price action calls for it. You click it, then you drag it over, and you click it again where the low was, and then all these lines will open up. They're creating channels, support, and resistance. You do that again on a 2-day. Support and resistance, which I did on a 2-day, 5-minute, and that's giving us ceilings and floors, and then you're creating historical data. So you basically just look back on a 5-minute chart. You can do this on a 1-hour chart, a 4-hour chart, a 15-minute, a 30-minute. The book, Day Trading Volume 1, spells out exactly how to do this, and there's tons of millionaires and thousands upon thousands of people to trade it. So you're trading, you want to see what everybody else is trading and then follow them along. But anyway, wherever the price action has abruptly stopped and turned around, those levels are marked just to help you with guidance. Sometimes they're smoothed out a little bit. And we're going to get ready to go here, guys. Everybody's ready, I assume. Yeah. So I'm going to kind of zoom in on my 5-minute here. So some people don't like these lines. And at least they don't have every half and whole dollar marked. And that's the other thing you should be looking for, is half and whole dollar. So this historical level seems to be getting respected, guys. That's the 207.61. So I'm thinking about going long on that one. So I'm going to look at here at the market maker. I'm actually just going to take it right now. What did I get it at? Oh, I got it at 70. I got it. I saw it at, say, 50 for a second, and then it moved so fast that I missed it. So that stinks. So it's going against me right now. But so now it breaks it when I go in. So I went in a little early. I should have just waited. But so I'm at 207.71, and I'm going to wait out this move. So what I would do now when I look at this, and everybody's responsible for their own trades, if it comes down here and breaks this, I'm going to reverse and go the other way. So, you know, I'll be down quite a bit of money. That's a big dip, right, over $1. So I'll be down like $700. But now it's turning around. So when you have 500 shares, you have to be prepared. I'm prepared. My max loss per trade in my mind is $1,000, twice my share size. Most of the time I do just my share size, and those numbers may seem big for you. Here's the great thing about this strategy, right? So you can trade this with 10 shares. You know, this is all professional traders that trade with me. I'm in a studio. There's traders downstairs as well, though this holiday season there's not as many. Or they're trading in other locations nearer to their family travel destination, but we still have a few here. But anyway, I lost my point, which I will do all the time. But yeah, you want to have a max loss per trade. And this particular stock, I think I was saying that I normally do my share size. But the way stocks have been moving, when they have a high ATR and the range is so high, like over 25 to 50 cents, I will double my max loss just because per share size, just because you'll see that kind of movement pretty quickly. And, you know, I need to be caught. I don't want to jump out of a trade before I should. So it is really respecting this level. I could have probably capitalized on a couple of smaller trades right there, but I'm kind of looking for $500 trades, $1 or at least, well, $300 trades based on this average. So I'm looking for 76 cents roughly. So we're looking for this to get out at Well, here's where it was hitting. So that's more than that. This is the ceiling or the Fibonacci level. This is the 2-day fib. And this is the floor right now. If it keeps breaking this, I have to be careful. So we're just going to bide our time. These trades can take 15 seconds or 5 minutes. You know, we're waiting for it to reveal itself. Now, the rest of the market magnet up here, I showed you the magenta line and the blue lines that kind of move along. Make sure if you have this that you've set your chart for today, not one day. It's a huge difference. And then this is set on a 50% range, custom made just for the RV strategy that so many thousands of people trade. That's basically telling you turn around at that level and go this way. This is saying turn around at this level and go this way. It did break it, as you can see, just a little bit. See, now we're getting the kind of trade that I was looking for. So I'm kind of watching this pro meter too. We're at 92% there. So it's a little strong to jump out right at this moment. See if it breaks this 76 level. It did it before, did 209. Now even whole and half dollars. Remember, whole and half dollars. A lot of people take their trades just so they can remember, oh, I'm going to get out at 209. I'm going to get in at 209. I'm going to get in at 209.50. Okay, so this is getting beyond a good trade here. So we're going to want to, I'm going to turn around right there. So 209.35 short, guys. My first trade was over $800. So now if it keeps going up, some people would call that counterintuitive. It's right at the magnet, right? So if that keeps going up, what I will do is what I call manage a bad position. And I'm looking like I don't want it to go past 210. Then I would think, I'm done managing. I'm done being in pain. Get out. So let's see if we can get back down to the fib maybe, or I'm going to watch this price action tight. It kind of tightened up. The buyers are right at the top, but the volume didn't make what it was way back here. It's like 4 minutes ago. So everybody else is seeing green now. Okay. We're far away from the ATRs. We've got a kind of a tweezer move here. Remember, look for patterns inside patterns too. Make sure you get the candlestick pattern playbook. I believe that's the best pattern playbook there is, and it rates all the smaller patterns. And that's like one of the main keys to success. But no matter what, get some book. This is what they call a rickshaw man. How you guys doing up there? I see some of you are actually long still. You're doing okay, so kind of depends when you enter. Somebody can be doing the opposite direction of me at just different times and make just as much money. You know, it's kind of the way trading works, which makes it exciting. But I know I went over a lot of stuff really quick. Replay it. You're basically setting these levels where the stocks turned around before. That's all you're doing. And they might be respected. Might. You can't count on it, you know. But look how well that was respected, right? From Mark from before. I don't know how many days ago, but that's an older level. Look at this one here. Look how that kept tapping and turning around. This one, not so much, you know, but it's stalled in the area. And then the fib right here too stalled this a whole bunch of times. So these are not, you know. Now I pretty much marked in an area where I knew the price action was opening for the day. So I could see that before we got here, and I marked those levels, a lot more of those levels in this area. I mean, I could have gone much deeper and marked many more places, but unless the price action really moves far. And then what happens is if you're leaving your ATR range, if you're getting, where's the low here? There it is. Then you're trending, like if you're going down that far or going up this far, it's no longer really a consolidating strategy. So you probably want to switch stocks, you know, because we're looking for consolidating. It's safety. It's safety is what it is. I'm going to take that. I'm going to reverse right there. That's the third time it's stalled there. All these are reversal patterns, each and every one. All right, and it got a little thicker right there as it hit the line. So I wanted to bank it. I banked up to 1,000. So I was watching the volume drop as it was going down. Like, people aren't interested in shorting it as much or going down. So, I was taking all this information, reversal signals, the magnet above it. You have a support level here. The volume's going down as it was going down. So now the volume's starting to go up as it's going up. So, well, see? As it's going up, it just broke the volume from the last candle, and there it goes. That's when people jump in right there when they see that. This is an amazing indicator if you don't have it. It's the Scalp Pro. See how many people jumped on when that turned blue? It's like they knew, So now we have a pretty strong move going up. We're going to watch this. See what we can get going here. That's our biggest trade yet today, right? 400 and something. Maybe we were at 500. I don't know. I have a really sensitive layout. I tell you how to tweak your Thinkorswim. I think it's in volume number 2 or 3, an early on video, how to set it. Then there's a couple others throughout the videos that show you how to speed up your platform the fastest you can make it. And, some people it actually hurts. You just want to look at the bodies more than the wicks, depending on how long you've been doing this, So it broke the 2010. It broke 210. 2010. Broke 210. So I'm going to take a breath here. This is a pretty big move. And our daily goal is 5,030 minutes. Roughly. That's what I go for. And then I stop trading. I will sometimes have 2 to 3 trading sessions a day, depending on who's waiting for me. Okay. So this fib would be something I'd really watch to flip around at. That's the 10-day fib, 5-minute fib. You guys are watching that close, right? Okay. Whoa, it broke it strong, huh? What a nice move that is. So let's look at 211. I see the level 2 is messed up here. All right, let's look at 211 now as a possible. There it is. It almost hit it. 97. Wow. I'm going to take that. 210.99. I saw it was 211.09 for a minute. I'm basically just banking that. And if it just keeps shooting up, I mean, is it going to recover the whole way it just went down? So here's where we open, right at that fib is about the area where it opened. So you're going to expect some retracement here. So I banked it. I've got a nice big cushion. I'll look for 210, the even dollar, to maybe reverse it. Another $500 trade if it gets down that low. Or if it keeps going up, I'll flip around and I'll look to, I'd flip around before the next fib. I tend to respect the Fibonacci levels a lot more than the historical data because they just seem to, it's like the oldest historical data there is, right? Based on every ring of a tree and, nature's mathematical formula, it's called. But the fact that that fib was also right near the opening made it even stronger because people always look at that as the retracement level. So I'm looking, the market maker's what I'm going to get, not the ask or the bid. So that's what I've got to watch. And their Thinkorswim's a great platform. It's free to trade, but they do make money right off the top of every one of your market trades that you do. They will make their pound of flesh off of you. And when I reverse, they make it both ways. So what reverse is, but you could just push the button twice if you want to reverse. You could push bye-bye. But basically, it's going to tax me both ways, so to speak. I'll call it a tax all at once. And my attitude is if I think it's going to stop and go the other way, then I want to go the other way at the same time. Wow, 14. Wow, that was very, very close to where I'm thinking about turning around here, guys. 207, 10.7. There it went again. Is that it? I'm just going to take that. I missed the lower spot, unfortunately. But I did get a $500 trade there out of that. Let's see if we can get back up to 211. It stopped right at the mag, and I missed that move there. That was just a spike. Now remember, you've got all these algorithms that throw things off that you never have a chance to get. High frequency algorithms and large dumps of shares come through, and the data gets skewed, but it's not really real, is the problem. So I'm trying to tell you what I'm looking at. I'm looking at 211. Again, there it is. I'm going to take it. So I thought I had 3,000. No. You guys get that? See if we can just keep playing this ceiling and floor. I'll go see if we can get 210 again. I'll just keep taking these $450 trades or whatever I'm getting here. Charlie's letting them know. I'm going to wait this out and see if we can go back down or if it's going to start breaking high. It looks like it's going to break out here, doesn't it? Maybe we'll get another chance down here low first. So I just got back from Europe, as I was saying, this week, and I spent a lot of time in Spain, but also Amsterdam. And one of my new friends in Amsterdam was telling me that it has all the canals that go through the whole city, which is really cool. And he was basically telling me that they used to ice skate when he was a kid, and he's in his late 30s. Up and down, and they would just get to wherever they wanted to go by ice skating on the canals in the wintertime. But now they hardly ever freeze. They don't freeze enough to ice skate on. In a 20-year period, it's like it doesn't happen anymore. It's like, wow, that would be so cool, wouldn't it, to be just skating up and down canals to where you want to go. I just envisioned that, and I thought, what a cool thing. And now it's gone. It's kind of stinks, right? It's stalling at this fib. I could maybe take a couple small trades here. I keep waiting for the 210, but maybe I just should snap these both ways. I'm losing trades here. It's just stalling completely here, so it's kind of hard to trade on a stall. It's really at the 50 cents it seems to be respected instead of the 210, the $0.50. So again, remember, you're trying to trade with the crowd. Now, if you read Tom Hogarth's book, Best Loser Wins, he said never trade with the crowd because 90% of them are wrong. But he's talking about day trading, swing trading, not scalping. That's not what he's talking about, like short-term scalps. That really is run by a giant wave of crowd, and if you can get in on it, just short-term moves, it works. But then when you're doing day trade, it's kind of, you got to be careful because they are wrong. That's only 8 to 10% of traders are actually make a living or make enough to make a living according to all the data. I don't know how they get that data, but I guess the brokerages give the data. Yeah, ask ChatGPT now. It says the same thing. Everybody's just there's a lot. I've noticed a lot of dangers since I started trading on YouTube, because I've been trading a lot longer than trading on YouTube. Is that I hear somebody say something which I absolutely believe is wrong, and then it just gets parroted. And then before you know it, it's like this fact from people. People call it fact, and it's just not fact. And yet, how do you fight against something like that? I mean, you can scream as an educator like I am, that it bothers me when people put out. I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I think everybody just parrots. I'm going to take that. Wow, 29. That was a terrible slip. That was a terrible slip. Oh, man. That's annoying. Some of you didn't get hit by that. Yeah. I was trying to get that at like, I saw it at like 12 cents. So either I just wasn't quick enough on the draw or it slipped or whatever. But this is moving pretty quick here, like 20 cents pops at a time, you know, so you could see. But it did turn around, which is good. And it broke the levels it did. Wow, it broke them all more than it did before. So that's interesting. Well, I should have snagged it at that 42. It was like 11.30 something, 38, 42, somewhere in there, and I didn't grab it to 11. That was a really good trade. If it gets up there again, I'm going to absolutely get out up there. Again, I'm looking at the market maker, and I'm basically channeling now more than, I mean, I keep looking at the Scalp Pro meter. I'm looking at the next 5 minutes going to flip here, but this is just churning here, so I'm trying to kind of guess these levels. Not guess, but I mean, when they repeat enough times. Yeah, see, 08, I could have, that's like a, if I would have got 1108, I would have got 30-cent trade right there. I could have just flipped right back around again, so I'm missing tiny moves here. I'm going to take that, so I got 1099, huh? Is it now going to keep breaking out? Probably. I might take a lesser loss because it feels like it's still going up to me. See if I can get any green on this trade. I'll just take that. So do 1097. I think it's still going up, guys. So I banked a little that I had there. I think I lost like $2 or $3 on that flip back around. So I essentially got, you know, a worse position here, but I banked it because I think it's on the way up still. So see, there it goes. I could have got out there 27 cents higher. It's still going. Wow, that was 29. I'm going to take that. So I got it at 39 short now. Is that going to fall off that level? I'll take that. So I broke 4K. I'm at 211.15, riding it as it breaks the channel. Looking for it to break the channel up here. Wow. Okay. Well, I thought it was at 40 cents there, but it only gave me 35. I'm going to flip back around, and it seems like it's just, I got $80 on that trade. But it may drop off here at any second, so I got to be careful here. I'll take that. Oh, that was 47 now, so that's the highest I've gotten it. So I don't know if that's gonna, I feel like it's gonna break down here a little bit. So we've been trading for about 20 minutes, and I'm getting very close to the goal by doing these little. Now this is real strike and recoil type strategy here. I'm going much quicker, trying to catch these. You'll see me do more live on YouTube, but for smaller share size, 100, 50, 100, 200 shares, you know. I'm going to take that. It's still showing that it's going up here, so take it again. 4,600, so I'm at 1138 now. So that's a reversal sign, that rickshaw man there. That's 2 in a row. You see how the volume's dropping off? So I like my short position now. I'm gonna stay short. I'm not gonna keep riding it, you know, trying to pump it higher there. Just see if we can get it. Let's see if we get to that fib. That fib level, Might hold it. So I'll try the fib level if it gets there. What did I get it at? 72? That's 10 cents too high. I'll take that and try to do it again. So I'm doing the same thing. I just adjusted to a little bit lower down there. This could backfire. But I did break the 5K. Really not putting in much danger here. It's just very small moves, 100, 150. With 500 shares, that's a small move. You can see how the target prices have gone way down from where they were when we started. Oops, that wasn't good. That hit over 200 there for a second. Yeah, it's starting to show signs, although the MACD says no. So I'm going to trust that. That's a custom indicator, guys, the MACD. It does have alerts normally. I think I have mine turned off because, so many people are trading at once that it gets annoying for people. But it's a good day. I feel confident I can stay above 5K here. Remember, don't try this without practicing in a sim first. But you can see how the historical data has been helping us. And then a little bit of indicator thrown in, knowing how to read these. This is actually a bull flag right here. This shape telling me that I'm in the wrong position. It says you're definitely in the wrong position right now. So I kind of want to turn around, but I'm hoping it's going to dip for me. I'm going to take that. 210.90. I wanted to turn around. I just... I'm going to take that again. It looks like it's still punching down there. So I took a chance, but I made a little bit more... Is it going to take off now? So I think it's about to shoot up at any second here. So I'm really playing with fire here. Anything down near 210.50 maybe, if I can get down there. Just so there's some money. Look at the market maker. It's going back down. This is definitely where I want to get in. I do not want to ride this up and down again. Wow, it didn't really give me an opportunity there. I'm just going to take that, 87. So, yeah, I wanted to wait for this fib. I saw this price action coming in here. This is going to pull the magnet up, I believe, and it's going to be like a springboard when that happens, which is why you want this indicator. And you see that kind of volume just happened at this price range. That means it's going to make a new average, and that's going to pull this up. Now, this has previously happened, but that's all people have. They have previous data to read. That's it. And they make their decisions based on the most current previous data. So your indicators help you read that. You see how it's literally everybody's right here. It's a liquidity pool. So you're going to watch this snap up and then more, there it goes. Exactly what I thought was going to happen. And more people are going to jump on now. So this is going to it's going to break. So the MACD was right. That was the other indicator. And then the market magnet said, look out. Now we're just looking at these levels. And the one thing to keep in mind on this market magnet, that give it a beat. Give it a minute or two before you think the move's over, because it takes a while for people to jump. See, all this is pulling back. That shows you that this is nice and strong up here now. This is a solid mean average now. So it's already a great trade. See the even, I'm looking at that fib level actually, because with that kind of a data going up, I think we might get up to the fib, the strength, before people start to panic. See the volume coming up down there on the Scalp Pro? I don't want to move my my cursor to show you. I'm just telling you that. I'm going to take that. I lost it there. I wanted a higher level there than what I got. It did hit the fib. See how it hit the fib? So it's making a hammer there. It needs to turn around. The MACD is sending it up. Broke the magnet. There's conflicting data here, so I'm a little worried about what's going to happen here. So, because this may break the fib and keep going. So I want to be going the other way if that happens. 5,800. We're almost done. I'm almost done. I've made my goal, and it is getting a little harder to call, but I'm getting a little decision fatigue, and I've got a bunch of stuff to do, and I do have another session today, believe it or not. A lot of different people are here for the holidays, which is kind of cool, on Zoom with me here, and don't try any of this without practicing in a simulator. And remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor, guys, so I don't know what else I can do for you but to tell you it needs to work for you in a simulator before you try it live with real money. I pound that message. You don't need to buy anything here. You can just practice with making historical data, and then if you start to feel comfortable, like, God, that indicator showed what I wanted. I just want that indicator because now I don't have to think about it and do the little scratches on a little pad or something. I need the data now. I need it immediately, kind of thing, right? That's what most people want. They want the data immediately. Yeah, this is stalling at this level, so I just want to turn around here. But I'd like to make money before I turn around. I don't want to lose on this trade, but I will take a lesser loss if this doesn't turn around soon. Give me more money because I think it's going to turn around. Doesn't drop first a little bit. I need it to drop a hair here. I'm just going to take that. So it was a winning trade, and now it's turning around, which is what I thought was going to help it happen. But it's really tightening here like it was here, so pretty much going to call it a day here, and be happy with my over 5K. I'm looking here to get over 212, maybe a little bit more than a hair over, and there's 92 cents. I'd like to break 6K, honestly. But you got to be careful going for that, and then you lose sight of watching the real price action, and you watch the wrong price action, which is, I want to make this, so I will wait. But 212 is a reasonable, that's, again, a whole dollar amount that people will stop at. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. 212. There's 89. Come on, baby, get up there. Take that. You see, it was 05 and then it dropped. Close enough, I guess. I'm at my half hour too, so. Yeah, tempting to go down there with it. Now that's close enough. Yeah, that's just a mind game, right? Where you try to get that extra $15, and then you end up losing $500 or something. So, yeah, so no problem getting filled. It was a fun stock to trade. What's our So we have a $7,000 high up there, 7,200. And we have a bunch over 3. Kind of like the third down. The third down, it looks like. Now, everybody can keep trading just because I'm stopping, obviously, has nothing to do with it. But they take a screenshot when I stop, which is a half-hour mark, roughly. And then we have our own little side bet going for accuracy. I believe I got 100%. I might have missed one trade there, basically because of the slippage of it. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Be careful out there. Have a good holiday and weekend, and go green. All right, guys?